Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It's long time I have been uploading the videos. From now I'll be uploading at least one video a week, mainly on MSMEs and the state level programs, schemes, applications and various other informations through these videos. In this video, particularly I will explain how to apply for incentives, particularly vehicle incentives from TSIPASS portal. So quickly log on to the TSIPASS portal by typing ipass.telangana.gov.in, and then it will take you to the home page like this, and then click on login. If you are the first time user, you have to create your user name and the password by clicking on to the new user registration. I'm skipping this part because I have already created the username and the password for our video. So this is a user portal or user dashboard. You can see many of the services on the left hand side, like provided through TSIPASS portal, loan application, renewals, grievances, travel agency, etc. So we are interested only in incentives. Click on apply incentives. So before moving on to the application part, we have to type the type of sector. So you will select the service sector. You might be worried like whether textiles is a manufacturing or the service sector. Textiles is a manufacturing sector, but we have given it at 3 different sectors because service and manufacturing are operated by one department. Textiles incentives are given by different department. So for the departmental purpose, it is being listed as 3. Otherwise, usually the type of sectors we have are service and manufacturing sector. Vehicle falls under service sector. So I'm proceeding with the service sector now. Click on next to move to the application form. So after clicking on to the next, we are brought to the application form page. And now you can see here the application is divided into the 5 parts. In this video, I will explain the entire 5 parts. And then in the next upcoming video, I will explain about the checklist and all other documents to be attached along with the application form. So let's start with the enterprise details, filling with the enterprise details. Now the type of sector is already I have chosen as a service sector, so it is frozen. Service line of activity. Just be careful while moving on to enterprise details to the project financial details and to the project details. Some of the details you give in the previous part are frozen. One is such as service line of activity, because I've already felt to see and to be prepared for this video, I have given as a transportation of passengers, so I'm not able to select it or edit it now because I have proceeded up to the bank details. So you be careful while giving the service line of activity, because you cannot get an edit option once you move on to the second part. So I gave the service line of activity as a transportation of passengers, and Udyogadar is no more in existence. It is now Udyam registration. It's not Udyami. So please give Udyam registration. The date of registration is something which is printed on the Udyam registration. Please look into the Udyam registration and give the date of registration here. And the unit name which is mentioned in the Udyam registration shall be given here. Make sure that you do not make any spelling mistakes here. Even in the applicant name, unit name shall be same as given in the Udyam registration. There is no GST registration for the vehicle. So please give a not applicable or anything else if you wanted to give, but I gave a not applicable thing. PAN number, provide the PAN number of the owner, and then the other details. If you are handicapped, please check on this box. The date of commencement of protection, it is called as DCP. DCP is, you will find that you have to give the DCP here. The DCP is nothing but the invoice date. The vehicle invoice date, you will have the invoice date. You will have a date on the invoice. Please give that date as a DCP here. Please select the gender. I'm selecting the male here. And then social status, Don't worry, Sharada mail, it is just illustrative purpose. So we are not getting into the logics of all those things. And then the transport allied activities, I have selected the transport allied activities. If it is something else, please select the other service sector, vehicle number as given in the registration certificate. Please enter that. Don't make mistakes while entering these details. And then unit address, I have given these details like state, district, mandal, village, gram panchayat, etc. email ID, and the type of organization I gave it as a proprietary because usually the vehicle will be the proprietary type of organization, and the office address is same as the unit address. Unluckily, we don't have like a button which can say same as unit address. So we have to fill all these things, and it is a tedious process for now. Please select GHMC or other municipal corporations. I think this is taking automatically because once you give the gram panchayat, it is taking whether it is a municipal corporation areas in the state or other states, other areas in the state. But make sure that you give a proper details or you check onto the proper details whether the unit is located in TSIPASS. TSIPASS is State Telangana Industrial Infrastructure Corporation. Why is it in TSI? It's nothing but if the unit area is usually located in industrial estate or industrial development areas, then you have to check in this box. But our incentive is the vehicle. This is not even applicable, but still it is showing. Please make sure that you select no and then proceed to the next part of the application. So the second part of the application is filling the project financials. I have already selected industry status as a new industry because ours is a new car. So new industry. I have already completed filling the details. You have to fill that line of activity, type it as transportation of passengers or transportation of goods. For me, it is a transportation of passengers because it is a car, and install capacity. I have taken information from the district industry centers and various other officials, and they have given me this information. I don't know whether it is correct or not, but install capacity is like the capacity to how long the car will be traveling in its lifetime. And then it is given as in kilometers and the value, the expenditure you incur for driving this many kilometers. Fixed capital investment. We have to proceed to the next table, that is a fixed capital investment. There's a no land value for the vehicle and building, and then therefore you give 0 to both the things. And I have given the vehicle value as the plant and machinery vehicle value as 6 lakhs. This is something as should be same exactly as mentioned in the invoice. So I gave it a 6 lakh. This category shown as a micro is auto populated. We need not do anything. I'm moving into the third part of the application. So now we are on to the third part of the application. It is the project details. Now we have to give the project details, the name of the proprietor, Sharada, and then as it is a proprietorship, share will be 100%. Community, again it is asking, we have already taken, it should be auto-populated, but technical bugs. Designation is proprietary. See, I've already added here, it is appearing, so I'm just cancelling it. See, one more thing, I've already told you, once you move forward with the application part, there is no edit option. See, I've already filled Sharada SC mail 100% shared proper right. There is no option for the delete and make an edit. So make sure while moving on to the next part of the application, the details given here in the application are correct. Make sure because there is no edit option for the most of the fields while you are moving from one part of the application to the next part of the application. Once you fill, you have to go through again the help desk, and it is again a tiresome process. So avoid all those things. Authorized designatory Sharada and authorized signature designation is proprietary. There is no power applicable because it's a vehicle. So there is no power applicable. I have taken it as no. And the employment details, management and staff, supervisory, skilled workers, semi-skilled workers, how many males are there, how many females are there. So I gave 2 males in the management staff category and skilled work category as 1 in each. I'm just moving on to the next part of the application, which is loan details. So in this part of the application, we will be filling up all the details about the loan. Have you availed the term loan? Yes, I have availed the term loan. And then it is a term loan 1. And the date of application of the term loan 1, it can be found in that your application or in the bank sanction letter. In case you do not have the date of application for the term loan, please fill the sanction letter date as a date of application. And the name of the institution for registration purpose, I'm giving SBI. Term loan sanction reference number, it will be found on the letter. Please give the same thing, and the date and the term loan release date are all filled. See here, the term loan date, application date, SBI, and are all ready. I've already filled the form. It is already. Again, I'm reminding you, once you move on to the next part of the application, most of the details are frozen. You have no edit option. So make sure before you move on to the next part of the application, the details you give are correct. So I'm just cancelling it because I've already given the term loan and all those details. So now we are finished with entering all the term loan details, reference number, etc. Now let us fill this table. This table is about all the assets and the approved cost and all those things. So land, buildings, machinery, contingencies, erection, technical know-how, feasibility study, working capital, all these doesn't apply for the vehicle. So what is applicable for the vehicle? Incentives is the plant and machinery. The approved project cost is the 6 lakhs because that is what we got the vehicle for, and the loan sanctioned is 5 lakhs, or whatever the loan is sanctioned in real terms you can give here. Equity, the promoter's contribution, and then the loan amount released. Sometimes it will be same, sometimes loan sanction would be higher and loan amount released will be lesser. Just make sure whatever it is right or mentioned in the documents, enter those values. The value of asset is the same as the machine value, which will be certified by the financial institutions and also as certified by the chartered account. So now, how have you installed second-hand machinery? No, our vehicle is a new vehicle, so I have given as no for this. Registration with the commercial tax registration. There is no GST number applicable here, so I have given NA, and the registration date is the same as the date of invoice. And then the registration authority is CTO. The registration is CTO Adilabad. I'm not sure whether these details are correct, but as per the information given by the district industry centers, and it is a norm to give CTO registration in invoice dates and CTO address here in this particular fields. I'm moving it to the next part of the application, which is the last part of the application, and we will be completing the application form in no time. So the last part is the bank details, name of the bank, a branch, and account holder, type of account, account number, IFSC code, loan agreement number, everything we have to give it. And see, once again, I'm reminding you, before moving on to the next part of the application, say from 1 to the 2 or 2 to the 3, make sure that the, say suppose 1 to 2, make sure that what is filled in the A, most of the fields are not editable, especially in project details, project financials, and load details. Once you move on to the 5th part, you can come back to the previous parts of the application, but some of the fields are not editable. So be careful while moving on to the from one part of the application to the next part of the application, because there is no edit option for the most of the fields. So this is how, see, we have already given this, and I have no option to edit this term loan details, though I have come back. So just be careful. So by clicking on submitting, we are done with the filling of application form. I'm clicking on submit. This video ends with the submit part. In the next video, we will take up the incentive check clip and all other details, all other documents which are to be attached for submitting the incentive form. This is the first part of the video. It is application form, filling the application form. Thank you, friends.